It's not a one-man show like you have in the Arab world. It's institutionalized. To give you an idea what I mean by that, when Israel and the United States threatened to kill the supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, what did Ali Khamenei do? He transferred most of his powers to the National Security Council. In Iran, you have the National Security Council, conducts the decision-making process that decides on questions of war and peace. So it's not a one-man show, even though the supreme leader is the commander-in-chief in Iran. So there is neither a viable domestic alternative, and there is no viable alternative, to the regime itself. What Israel has been trying to do is to trigger civil strife, They tried to really get, Netanyahu has addressed the Iranian people multiple times. He wants them to rise up, stand up against the Iranian regime. One thing we know about Iranians, everyone else, they are nationalistic, they are patriotic. When their country and sovereignty and nation nationalistic. In fact, many Iranians are angry at the regime.
We're following the latest developments out of the Middle East right now. A ceasefire between Israel and Iran.
I don't care.
Both sides launched attacks that threatened to sink the deal just hours into it. Those moves leading to a furious rebuke by President Trump. Listen.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. You understand that?
What the fuck are they doing?
All right, joining us now, retired U.S. Army General David Petraeus. He was also director of the CIA and commander of the U.S. Military Central Command, which oversees the Middle East region. General, thanks so much for joining us. Let me get your immediate reaction to what we heard from the president this morning.
Oh.
Well, President Trump is obviously trying to reinforce the ceasefire that he essentially declared. I'm not sure that either of the countries completely agreed with it when it was made, but Iran seemingly accepting this. They, of course, were engaged.
Nice girl.
And then we engaged directly with the Israelis and Prime Minister Netanyahu, who had previously said that Israel was very close to achieving its objectives, appears to have accepted as well. Yes, there was that exchange. The Iranians in particular launched 5 volleys of rockets, which killed at least 4 Israelis. They responded to that. But I think that now that this is a bit more solid, and we'll see how it goes during the course of today, where you could see perhaps some further attacks on U.S. bases by
I don't like
war there, as we saw over the course of the last 24 hours, but with no American casualties.
American casualties. What happened? CNN.
Mit modernen Zeitgeist-Planlösungen setzen wir seit über 50 Jahren Maßstäbe und begeistern Süß- und Meerwasseraquarianer in der ganzen Welt. Wir enthalten am See an der Grenze zwischen Münzland und Ruhrgebiet entwickeln und fertigen wir Beleuchtungssysteme und Aquarien bereits in 2. Generation. Leidenschaftlich jahrzehntelange Erfahrung.
Hard work.
Rohstoffe aus Manufakturarbeit. Handwerkliches Geschick.
Can you skip it, please? Please.
Vom Aquarium über Abdeckungen, Schränke,
fucking shit. If I don't skip
bis hin zur Steuerungstechnik bieten wir das
to tomorrow
General
morning.
Petraeus, how long do you think this ceasefire can actually last?
Well, I think that the Iranians probably would be happy to be able to catch their breath.
Iranian would be happy from
see
what
they have left. You know, one of the big questions out of this, in fact,
wash my hand. I don't wash my hand. My hands watch each other, but I just look at them. I'm watching my hand. They're washing each other. Oh.
We really penetrate down into those spaces. I think the massive orders penetrators.
Have you been thinking about that? You don't wash your hand. They wash each other. You just watch.
But
watch
we
it.
really need to figure out, does Iran
Okay,
have
let's go.
That would be very, very important.
You
especially
ready?
if they were able to cart it away.
Yes.
That's
Oh, I forget. Need
It's already
water.
highly enriched uranium. 60%.
Water.
The next turn in the
Water.
over
Water.
90% weapons grade.
General Petraeus, I want to play
Wait,
what
not
the
so
president
much.
said this morning when he was asked about Iran's nuclear facilities. Listen.
Doesn't work.
They hit that target with every one of those things. That place is gone.
More water.
Can we definitively say, General Petraeus, that these
Yes, yes, yes.
Somewhere else, highly enriched uranium, and if some
Hey, ready.
move before these strikes on the different facilities, that's another matter. And that, again, will be a very key intelligence question that has to be determined in the days and weeks to come.
In an official statement, Israel says it has accomplished its goal in Iran ahead of this ceasefire deal. How does this square with the possibility that Iran
Oh.
could still have enriched uranium?
Well, I'm sure that the Israelis are ready to go after that if that is the case. I'm not sure all of us get quite how significant 10-7 was and this change in the strategic mindset of the Israelis, that they will not
Really
allow
delicious.
a threat to be established, not just
Wow.
in their neighbors, in their neighborhood with Hezbollah in Lebanon or Hamas or the others, but they will not allow a threat to be established in the region if it is one that can actually
What
threaten
is
their
this?
security, as Iran's capabilities clearly had done.
I want to get your reaction, General Petraeus, to something the former U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said about how the Biden
See you.
administration wargamed
Bye-bye.
a potential military conflict with Iran. I'm quoting now. In that scenario, the Iranian regime could hide its near